Actually, not always people have to buy tickets. There are some free public transport systems, or sometimes public transport is free for selected groups of people, like, for example, in Poland, children or elderly people. Nevertheless, the majority have to pay. Those fare incomes do not cover all the costs of public transport. Usually it's something between 30 and 50%. And this 30 to 50% allows local authorities to provide quality public transport. If they didn't have those money, public transport would be much worse. On the other hand, those fees make public transport a service that we pay for, and we also think, how do we use it? When we are, for example, considering moving to the outskirts, higher costs of tickets will probably motivate us to move towards the downtown, which is generally better for sustainable mobility. We can also observe, for example, in Poland, that when we have free public transport for elderly people, they sometimes go from one side to the city to another just to buy some products a bit cheaper than in their estate, which is not necessarily efficient for the entire city. There is a number of reasons. Sometimes simply we have little money and we tend to risk. We tend to observe if we will be controlled or not, and just in case we run away. And sometimes we free ride because we couldn't purchase a ticket, or we couldn't find a appropriate ticket. In my opinion, the best solution is presenting and purchasing tickets from the driver. This is a very effective way to provide free riding use. For example, in most of the German cities, when we don't have a ticket, we get advised by the driver which ticket should we buy. If we don't know the city, we can get advised which line to take, where to change, and so on. And also, we are unable to board without a ticket. If we have bigger public transport systems, this would take too much time. And then either we can have similar methods, like in Budapest. If you go to the tube, you have to present your ticket to special people standing at each station entrance. But usually in big transit cities, in big transit systems, we do have random checks. And those random checks, they base either of our feeling of fairness and not cheating the society, or on our fears either to pay a huge amount of money of the fine, or just get fined and being observed by the rest of the people paying for the tickets.